Hi guys, we're back once again on Football Gazette podcast. My name is Tumishe Akomolafe, and with me here is a Chelsea fan. He managed himself to get here, and he is in the studio with us.
Yeah.
Hello, Mifun. You're welcome.
Yeah, Timothy, it's good to be here to talk football at Chelsea at large.
Wait, as a Chelsea fan, what's funny?
Everything is funny. This is football. We enjoy football, even though last season was very tough for us. But then this is a new season, so we have every cause to smile and get into the mood of the Premier League.
See, I don't know what is actually funny to you because all Chelsea fans out there, they are in their hiding space at the moment, waiting for the season to start.
Yes, that was last season. At some point last season, we were hiding. Some Chelsea fans were hiding. Come on, I'm a big Chelsea fan, so I understand the business of, football.
Oh, you understand the business?
I understand that sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes it might be tough, sometimes you enjoy the glory. For the past 5 years, we won the Champions League in between, so you still have cause to smile.
So that you feel winning the Champions League in the past 5 years is a bragging right for you.
To some point, it's a bragging right. We have teams for the past several years, they're still struggling to win a trophy. Even though
which team is that?
I wouldn't like to mention name, but then we saw Arsenal. We saw Arsenal last season. They were so close, but then they were still so far away from winning title. It's a big one for us now. So it's not about Chelsea alone.
Okay, let's quickly dive into the discussion of today. Yeah. So last season we saw Chelsea finishing in the 6th position and aiming for the Conference League.
Yeah.
Was it a disappointing season? You as a Chelsea fan, was it a disappointing season for you?
Yeah, from the start of the season, coupled with the fact that Chelsea spent a lot right there during the summer transfer. So many fans were expecting a lot from the Chelsea team. From their first game against Liverpool, they got a decent result, 1-1 with a good performance, hoping that they are going to give us a solid performance over the season. But then, the season is a marathon. At some point, they were struggling, injury affected the performance of the Chelsea. There was at some point the midfield, a lot of injury. Chukwuemeka was injured, Lavia was injured. At some point, it was only Enzo Fernandez and Conor Gallagher in the middle of the pack. So it created a lot of problem for them. At some point in the defense line also, they struggled through the season. But then this is a new season.
Well, to you, does it seem this problem is ending soon? Because you said that under Graham Potter, you said that under Frank Lampard's second stint, you said that under who else again? Mauricio Pochettino now.
Yeah.
And now we have Enzo Maresca. But then before we go into Enzo Maresca in details, the problem has been there for a very long time.
Yeah.
What is the probability that we won't see the same problem this season?
Yes, it's one step at a time. And I think Chelsea is undergoing a process. And of course, definitely they are going to get there. Last season, we saw them creating a lot of chances, but not scoring too many goals. We saw them conceding last season. So I think they will just adjust, sit tight in the defense line, even though we're still battling with qualities right there at the back line. But then we are still hopeful this Chelsea football club is a big name when it comes to football. So,
well, one could tell that the current Chelsea squad does not even match what Manchester City, Arsenal, and Liverpool have in their squad there.
Yeah, it's not about the name. It's about forming a team. It's about bringing young guys together. It's about challenging the so-called big boys. Come on, the likes of Arsenal last season, we saw them doing well, but at some point, without no trophy, come on, there's no results where you don't win trophy.
But both of you went trophyless last season.
At least Chelsea played in the finals of the FA Cup, if I'm not mistaken. The finals of the Carling Cup, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's an achievement.
That's an achievement playing in the finals. It's not easy to get to the finals. Where you have the likes of Manchester City, the likes of Liverpool, the likes of Tottenham, big guys in the Premier League.
Tottenham is a big guy now in the
Premier League. He's a big guy when it comes to
Premier League. Very good. All right. Pochettino was sacked last season after a decent run to the end of the season. We saw them winning 5 games back to back for the very first time since 2022. Were you happy with the decision of the owners?
Yeah, so honest opinion, I was not a fan of Pochettino at some point.
You were not the fan?
From the start, I was never a fan. Okay, let me put this. I was never a fan of Pochettino. But being and I have my personal reason because I believe when it comes to winning mentality, he does not have the winning mentality. We saw what he did at Tottenham. We saw what he did at PSG. So bringing him to Chelsea, even with the quality he has in PSG, we saw how it was difficult for him to win titles right there with the big boys he has in PL. So I was no confidence having Pochettino coaching Chelsea. But then at some point I see him with keeping that Chelsea team, Chelsea winning possession most time, even though they faced so many chances without scoring those goals. But then I mean, during the end of last season, I think it was getting it right, winning 5 games in a row, scoring goals, and of course securing a ticket for the Europa League, if not for City losing the FA final. Chelsea were being in the Europa League.
Then Chelsea fans were happy back to back every weekend for the very first time in a long time.
Yes, it's a big one for us. We saw what we did against United, defeating them, seeing Kupama scoring a trick in that game. Is a big relief for Chelsea fan. Going to the end of the season, finishing 6th, securing that Conference League ticket is a big happy ending.
Let me ask you this: how did you feel when initially you thought you have made the Europa League and you'll be competing in the Europa League next season? But unfortunately for Chelsea fans, Manchester United defeated Manchester City in the final. How do you feel about that? You drop into the conference.
Honestly, I felt disappointed. Because I mean, City losing in the FA final, I never saw that coming.
You never saw
it coming, but football happens, and United were lucky to be at the Europa League.
Did you go that luck winning the final?
They were lucky to win the final, because if you see the final, you see them defending through from the blast of the wheel to the last point of that wheel.
I think it doesn't matter how you win a game, as long as it ends you the meltdown.
That is just sometimes in football it might not matter, but going at the long run, you know, it really matter. Playing in 90 minutes behind, I mean, it's a bad one for you.
Well, just a reminder that if you have been to that final, you might have lost it as well.
Playing against City last season, it will not be a big deal for Chelsea. A couple of father, we played twice in the league. Both
you were defeated in the semi-final.
That's football. That's football.
That's football.
We lost a lot of chances in the semi-final. We lost a lot of chances.
Well, that will bring us to the crop of players Chelsea have in their squad there. A lot of players the owners have brought in since the ownership, and you could tell that they have currently now they have about 45 players. I mean, is it safe to say that Chelsea will hire a double-decker bus going into the next season?
No, because some of those guys will be going on loan. There's some players Chelsea signed and immediately they went on loan. So we are still expecting several players to still leave before the end of this summer. Lukaku will definitely find his way. Kepa also will find his way. Gallagher and several other players. Who knows? Maybe I'm standing also will find his way out of that Chelsea squad.
Well, you might just be careful out there as a football fan or aspiring football player. Chelsea might just pick you up on the road. You have to be careful while walking on the road. So that will bring us to the fact that what is the owner's plan? Now, they sacked Pochettino. They brought in Enzo Maresca, the new Chelsea coach, and we saw what he has done in the preseason. What is your assessment about this new coach?
For the new coach, if I have to assess him based on this preseason, I would say it's a no-no for me. But then preseason,
a no-no for you?
A no-no for me, based on the preseason results.
Okay.
But then you cannot judge a new season with your preseason. Preseason is just a dress rehearsal. That's why you test several players, several tactics. And we saw Chelsea during this preseason. They are testing a lot of tactics. The tactics they use against Real Madrid is different from the one they use against Man City. Is different from what they used against City. I mean, against Celtic also. So it's just a dress rehearsal, a test game prior to the new season. So if I have to judge by this preseason, I would say it's a no-no. But then we saw what Maresca did for Leicester last season at the
championship team.
I mean, Champions League, championship.
So
it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. I mean, the standard has already reduced at Chelsea. The standard has reduced. No matter how you want to play it, the standard.
It's not about the standard. It's about the quality
so
of
Enzo Maresca winning the championship with Leicester City. That makes him fit for Chelsea position.
No, it's not about winning for Leicester City alone. It's about the quality of football Leicester City played last season. They won most of their positions.
I could understand.
Number of games last season. I mean, it's a proven record what Maresca did. He rebranded that Leicester City team with the quality of player that they had. They relegated from the Premier League and they went to the Champions League and won. Come on.
Talking of quality, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, the championship quality has been brought into Chelsea, and we are hoping to see that this season as well. So,
double quality we are expecting from Chelsea.
double quality.
Double quality.
When you went ahead to bring in a championship quality.
Yes. If we can observe what Chelsea did at the end of last season,
yes,
they have some quality play last season. Chelsea played. I mean, even the matches that they lost last season, they won several possessions, even though they lost those matches. Now, bringing in Maresca with a sense of controlling the game, ball playing coach with ball playing players. Come on, it will be a firework for Chelsea.
Unagotu, yeah, I'm next. Now, talking of the preseason,
yeah,
Chelsea seems to have conceded 12 goals in the preseason. I mean, 12 or 13 goals in the preseason.
Yeah.
They lost 3 times, they drew twice, and they won just one. Is that a fantastic record going into the next season? We see it's not only Chelsea that hired a new manager.
Yeah.
We've seen Liverpool hired new manager and a slot, which they have done so well in the preseason.
Yeah.
They defeated the likes of Manchester United, the likes of Arsenal, and a couple of other teams they've played with, which is so fantastic. Yeah. Liverpool fans out there will be full of high confidence going into the next season. But Chelsea fans, I don't think they can do the same. I can
tell you for a fact it's not about preseason.
Okay.
You might be getting a good result in the preseason and get into the season and struggle through the season. So for Chelsea, if you understand Chelsea this preseason, you can see the way they play their football from the defense line to the midfield, creating chances. Also, you can see that there's a lot of changes in the Chelsea squad at this time around, which give me a bit of hope going into the new season. No doubt, Chelsea are lacking behind when it comes to the defense line. Considering 12 or 13 goals in the preseason, I think is a big one. I still believe Chelsea still need to do recruit a quality defender in the central back.
Well, let's talk about the owners.
Yep.
The owners. They have sometimes bring in players of younger age to the team. Player of maybe 18 years old, 17 years old, 20 years old to the team. And without the hope of them integrating them into the starting best. I mean, they have signed a lot of
players.
I could say they have signed, I could count like 30 that they have signed.
Yeah.
With no hope of getting a starting bet anytime soon.
Yeah. If you begin to check through on papers, you see that Chelsea has spent a lot for the past 2 summers. And when you check the squad, you begin to wonder where are this quality? But then I think it's not about this season. I think Chelsea are building a future. They are currently a future builder. They're investing in young lads for the future of purpose. Yes, and that's why you see them going to Brazil to invest in young talent. Very soon they will come into Africa also. They have a partnership deal with Olofujana of recent. So bringing in young talented Africa. Who knows? Maybe you will be at Chelsea's Congress.
Well, let's just hope the building will not later collapse. But then that will take us to your assessment for this season. What are your expectations? What are your expectations?
I think I'm expecting a lot from this Chelsea squad because at this time around, I think Chelsea fans will not be settling for any excuses. Last season, it was about Chelsea.
But you guys always say that every season. Yes, you guys were fully act after Mauricio Pochettino took over Chelsea job.
Yes. Going into the new season, you always expect something new. It's just like going into a new year.
I think it is the expectation that kills.
Definitely sometimes, but then in football, it's a different ball game. Going into a new year, we always expect new year, new vibes and all that. But then Nigeria can happen to anybody. But then this is football, so football can happen to you. Also, last season football happened to Chelsea, injury setting, and that was why they struggled through. So we pray that this season we will not have a lot of injuries.
Keep praying, because you have always been praying for the past 3 seasons.
Yes,
you are even smiling. You seem very happy.
Yes, I think I'm happy because I saw some preseason game and I saw the way Chelsea are playing. I saw Lavia doing a lot of creativities in the midfield. Palmer is back.
On a normal day, Chelsea fans are always happy during the preseason, and the transfer.
But this preseason we are not happy because we lost several games.
You lost several games. Yeah, the transfer window is still on, and you guys are always happy. You guys always win the transfer.
Yes, we are happy because we are still hopeful. Probably Victor Osimhen, the African best player, will be joining Chelsea. Hopefully, This guy also. Felix might be joining Chelsea also, hopefully, which will bring a lot of spark in the middle of the park for Chelsea. We have Neto. We saw a lot of damage it caused for big teams last season. Palmer, come on, High School Palmer is back.
I think at this point, Chelsea need the transfer ban at least for 2 years, not to sign any other players again. Because the way they are going, they might later sign you.
I mean, they know what they are doing. Like I told you earlier, they are investing more in the future, bringing young talents. I mean, we can see during this summer also, we see Chelsea selling some academic players, retrieving full cash from those pieces. So when it comes to the business aspect also, I think they are doing some on the G work, which is not open to us. But then when the time comes, we start seeing the product of the signings.
Well, according to Opta Computer Predictor, predicted that Chelsea will be finishing in the top 4 this season.
Perfect.
What is perfect?
Perfect prediction.
Perfect prediction.
Definitely.
Top 4 this season?
Yes.
You think that is achievable?
If not because of some slight mistake that we did at the end of last season, probably Chelsea will finish top 4. So hopefully this season also we are here to cover for our last season mistakes. So I'm hopeful. I'm not saying Aston Villa finishing top 4 this season. I'm not saying Tottenham finishing top 4. I'm not saying United finishing top 4. I'm seeing Arsenal, they will struggle at some point. Maybe top 3 for Arsenal.
Top 3 for Arsenal. But you see Chelsea finishing top 4.
100, no doubt.
We'll come back to this video. Football fans, you can hold him accountable for that. If Chelsea fails to finish at top 4, you come for it.
Not just top 4, top 3. Chelsea will finish top 3.
Top 3.
Yeah. 4 seconds.
Well, that is laughable.
Yeah.
Because considering the fact that Chelsea over the past 3 seasons have been struggling. I think a 10th position finish, a 8th position finish, and a 6th position finish.
Yes, check. If you can see the progression. The progression from the 8th to 6th. So from 6th, you're expecting us in 3rd position.
In the 3rd position. Yeah. I think you are jumping a line there.
I'm not jumping a line because this season, trust me, it's going to be a different season. You can confirm to that what happened at the last season, towards the end of last season. Just imagine we having extra 3 games last season.
Just imagine. You are not doing. You're talking about reality here. You are imagining.
Just imagine you have extra 3 games to go last season.
Well, keep dreaming Chelsea fans out there. But then, they hope this season will be a very good one for them. Yeah. Lastly, your first game of the season, Manchester City. Your prediction for that?
Yeah, my prediction is straight, and I see Chelsea winning that game 2-1.
Chelsea defeating Manchester City.
It's not a big deal for Chelsea.
Wow, that's a big prediction.
If not because we were not cleaning for last season, I've gotten 4 points from City last season.
So you think the last season problem has been solved now?
I mean, we still have the quality that we had last season.
Has the problem been solved?
Yes, it has been solved. Nkunku is back up front there. Last season we have Jackson missing a lot of chances against City. One-on-one chances. Come on, you saw it. So how many pieces about Nkunku up front?
You said I saw it. I never watched it.
Come on. So how many pieces about Nkunku up front this season is going to be a massive one for Chelsea.
All right. We'll come back to this video after the game. Football fans out there, that is the bit we would be able to take on this episode of Football Gazette podcast. And until next time, do stay good and safe. Peace.